Hey, so I'm sitting here in front of the iMac on Thursday night. The lighting's awful. I just have the overhead on. I'm sure the audio's awful because it's just the iMac. But here's the deal. It's been a hell of a week. I got some guests coming tomorrow. Tonight's Thursday, coming in for the weekend. It's that time of the year. I've been mowing lawns, planting stuff, running flats back and forth to the greenhouse. It's been cold at night. Today was the first hot day. I just took a shower. So there's no way I can sit down and edit a show between now and Sunday. But what we're going to do in lieu of a show is it's going to be my first rerun, okay? If you guys are fairly new subscribers to Come On, Let's Do It, there was a prior show for about a year or more called Come On to My Kitchen. So let's run one of those. Okay? Hey, I grew up on reruns. Granted, this is not going to be, F Troop or Gilligan's Island, but it's a rerun nonetheless. So let's go back in time, and it was exactly this time last year, because I just got in from cutting all these beautiful lilacs. It smells incredible in here. Because once a year I have to make the lilac simple syrup, okay? Gin and tonics, old fashions, Manhattans, you name it. Mojito, you add a little lilac syrup, you're in heaven. So let's do a little rerun and go back to Come On to My Kitchen. Come on to my kitchen. Well, not yet. I'll meet you in there in a few. Just do me a favor. Don't tell my mother I'm on this ladder, right? She gets really upset. Let me finish what I'm doing up here. I'll be down in a minute and I'll tell you what's going on. These are some old lilac trees out here. They've been here for decades. I didn't plant them. I just came upon them when I moved in. There's the purple and then the white. And I'm out here cutting a bunch of flowers. I'm buzzed. Let me finish up and I'll meet you guys in the kitchen. Okay, look at this big beautiful bowl of lilac flowers. I wait for them every year. They're incredible. And there's probably even more purple ones out there. I only picked the white tonight. What we're going to do is we're going to make some lilac simple syrup. It's a tedious process, but it's so worth it. Every year I wait for this. For cocktails, a gin and tonic, a Ricky, Manhattan, old fashioned. You use a little lilac simple syrup, that cocktail has just gone into the stratosphere. Trust me, we're going to make one, don't worry. But this is kind of a time-lapse show because it's slow, it's a long process. Just doing this part is going to take a while. And then it needs to steep for like 8 hours. Okay, so let's go through the process. And the reason I got the white ones, I do it every year. I tried it with the purple also. I might do it again. I think I'm going to get some on Sunday and try the purple. But in my experience, the white ones I liked a lot better. There's something about that pigment. I don't know. If you go online and look at recipes, you'll see a lot with the purple. And it's got a beautiful little tint, beautiful color when you're finished with it. But the flavor to me was just a little, I don't know. I won't say bitter. I don't know what the word was. Tart. Something about that pigment. The white is outstanding. So let's start with the process. You have to get these little petals off of here, just like when you make dandelion wine. Anything with these delicate flower petals, you don't want one speck of green in there. So you just want to pull off just those white flowers. I don't know if you can see them. They're so small. But it can take a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this big bowl of lilac flowers. I'm going to plop myself on the couch. I got a nice glass of vino rosso, and I'm going to start plucking lilac. It's going to take me a while, so I just like to put on, sometimes I'll put some tunes on, or just some stupid movie in the background, or, you know, I don't know, Honeymooners, Looney Tunes, something where you don't really have to pay attention, but you can just get a chuckle by listening. You look up every now and then. That's the way I like to pass the time and pluck these flowers. So I'm off to do that, and then we'll be back and talk about the process of making the syrup. Here's our white lilac flowers. Beautiful. They smell amazing. You want, again, just those flowers, no green. Now let me show you the technique for these. Just take, see if I can get a focus. Just take the little flower, pinch it, hold the green stem with the other hand, and just a gentle tug. I know I'm out of focus. A gentle tug will pull it away from the green stem. And you want to see those pistils. Pull away from the pistils so you wind up with just the white flower. No green. This is a lot easier with these. They come off pretty easy. Once you get used to it, I get to the point where I can grab like 4 or 5 at one time and give them a yank. You know, get a handful. You'll feel it. Pull them all at the same time. Much easier than the dandelions. The dandelions are a hassle. But this did take a few hours, and I've got 4 cups. I apologize for my hands, but you pick these things for 3 hours, you're going to have some resin too. Alright, 4 cups of lilac flowers. Let's take them over to the stove. I've got my saucepan on the stove with 2 cups of sugar. Turn on the flame. I'm going to add 2 cups of water. Stir it up. Why is it called simple syrup? Because it's simple. Duh. Bring this up to a boil, or it doesn't even have to come to a full boil. Remember high school chemistry? Super saturation? That's what you're looking for. See how cloudy it is now from the suspended sugar particles? It's going to go from cloudy to clear when all that sugar gets saturated. One time I was in the supermarket shopping and I overheard this young couple. They were right next to me, and they were running around with a shopping list frantically and asking the store people, do you have simple syrup? Where's the simple syrup? Do you have simple syrup? They obviously had read a cocktail recipe online or something and were running around getting all the ingredients. So I couldn't help it, man. I sidled up to them and I was like, listen, man, you don't buy simple syrup. It's a waste of money. Told them it's just 1 part water to 1 part sugar. And they were relieved and happy. Alright, look, we're getting a super saturation now. See how it went from cloudy to clear? Let me turn it down. There we go. We have achieved super saturation. 2 cups of water with 2 cups of sugar in solution. That's the term I couldn't think of. You want it to go into solution. Now let's add our beautiful, fragrant 4 cups of lilac florets. 0 green. Getting every single last one in there. Get in there. Give it a stir. Now we want to simmer this for about 5 minutes. A gentle simmer. Don't hard boil it. Okay? We want to coax out that lilacness. Yeah, back to those 2 kids with their shopping list. There was a great, I see some green. Get out of there. Get out of my syrup. Back in the 70s, my two favorite comics in the Village Voice, well, the all-timer was Mark Stamety, McDoodle Street. Somewhere here I have green. I thought I got them all in the plucking. Green. Get it out. I'm telling you, man, it'll be bitter. No green. Alright, I think we're good. I can bring this up just a tad, get a little simmer on it, and simmer that for about 5 minutes. Anyway, back to Mark Stamety, McDoodle Street. Somewhere around here I have the entire book. It's like a novel, but it was in a comic strip form. But the other one was Stan Mack's Real Life Funnies. And he had a little subtitle on the comic strip that said, "All dialogue guaranteed overheard." And a friend of mine actually met Stan Mack. He interviewed him. I should say Stan Mack interviewed my friend and actually used his quotes in the comic strip. But I used to do the same thing, inspired by Stan Mack. I always have my little notebook with me, and if I hear something crazy, I'll jot it down. And in the same market, different people, again, another young couple though, we get a lot of tourism up here from New York City. Young folks, beautiful young folks who, with incomes, you know, who make more in a month than I do in a year. God bless them. And they're out doing their weekend shopping. They're up for the weekend, probably at an Airbnb, or they have a second home. And I heard another couple one time, I actually had to jot this down like a Stan Mack gag, because they were obviously in separate parts of the store, and the guy comes up to his girl with the list in his hand, and he's like, "They have duck fat, but it's $16. What should we do?" I left that one alone. No advice on that. Buy the $16 duck fat. Confit tonight. This has been simmering on a low heat for about 5 minutes. I don't know, maybe 6, 7. Give it another quick stir. I turned off my flame. I'm going to pop the cover on and just let that steep for 8 hours. Okay, we're making an infusion. So just leave that be and get on with your day. Here's our syrup. It's been steeping for 8 hours. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain it out. I got this nice fine strainer. You can use cheesecloth, but here's my experience. This is a sticky syrup, so the cheesecloth just gets nasty. I got a nice fine strainer here, and that's what I like to use. And I'm just filling this small jar because you don't need much in your drinks. It'll last about a week in the fridge. So I do it in small batches. And then it's a nice little jar of syrup that can go in the fridge. But if you watch the Quick Tips episodes, you'll remember from our chicken stock, this stuff freezes pretty well too. So I'll fill this ice cube tray, put it in the freezer, get home from work on a Friday night, you want a nice cocktail, a little Manhattan, an old fashioned. Still chilly here in Zone 5, but soon it's going to be gin and tonic weather. Put one of these in a gin and tonic, forget about it. Lilac simple syrup, what a treat. Once a year. And those flowers don't last long on the tree either. So it's a great way to get them, preserve them, and have that flavor for a little while. Alright, you've heard the saying it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Well, it's 6 o'clock here right now. Here's our beautiful lilac simple syrup. It's steeped for 8 hours. And now I've got my class of 76 40th high school reunion glass. You can use a big rocks glass, a Collins glass, anything. Got some lime. I cut up a few wedges. Spring mint's coming in. I love it this time of year. It's still young, but it's starting to bang. Got my ice cubes. And the beauty of these cocktails is you don't have to get that high-end stuff. I actually was looking for my old favorite Sobieski for making cocktails, but I went with the Svedka. It's a bargain vodka. You know, if you're sipping or doing shots, you want a nice vodka. The old Hannaford Seltzer. You don't need any Fever Tree or anything for this. Here's your high-end gold right here. Alright, let's mix something up. I'm going to start by taking my glass, put these mint leaves in, a couple of those lime wedges. I'll take 2 bar spoons of the lilac syrup. Oh, what the heck. This is a nice sized glass. I'm going to do 2.5. Get the old muddler out. Crush everything up real nice. Get those juices out of the lime. Bruise up those mint leaves. Oh yeah. Okay, got a nice muddle on that. Now I can put in my ice cubes. And I'll go with, for this size glass, I got my 1.5 ounce jigger. I'm going to go with 3 ounces. The old classic movie line, make it a double. No, wasn't that Larry Tate's line in Bewitched? Make it a double. Our run-of-the-mill Hannaford Seltzer. Now, the thing with mixing cocktails is, if you use the shaker or the spoon, you give about 12 or 12.5 spins. The key is the ice. You want the ice to get the perfect amount. You don't want to dilute your drink too much, but you want a little of it melting into that drink. Okay? So about 12 spins with the bar spoon. Then I'm going to take I got my 2 lime wedges muddled in there. I'm going to take a wheel. It's just like with the food. Eat with eyes first, grasshopper. There's your vodka Ricky. Now, oh man, lilacs in a glass. Now really, this cocktail slams on a 90-degree day out on that patio. I don't know what's going on for the first week in May. We still haven't hit last frost date, but we got some chill going on right now. If I knew it was going to be like this, I would have grabbed a really nice bottle of rye and been sipping a Manhattan right now with this syrup. But all in good time. All in good time. So thanks for coming to my kitchen. We'll see you for the next episode. Subscribe, like, comment. People are making the recipes and telling me about them. I'm pumped. I couldn't be more pumped. We'll see you for the next one.